Alright, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time. I think it was like 9 months when I checked the last time I did a video, so it's time for another video. So today I'm just going to do what I normally do, just my everyday routine. It's not anything fancy. I'm not going to be like trying to teach you any techniques. I'm just going to kind of be talking and chatting with you guys and doing my makeup as I would if I was getting ready for work. I've already moisturized and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm just going to go in with some primer, and I just have the NYX pore filling, the pore filler primer. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that. There we go. So that's the primer that I'm using. And if you see me looking off to my right or my left, I have a mirror on one side, and then my monitor is over here on this side. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more of that primer. And it's kind of a tinted primer. You can see, ignore my nails. As you know, the nail shops and stuff are closed, and it just kind of, not really just use the primer, just kind of in my T-zone. It's not something I use all over my face. And I have dry skin, and I also have like a little redness on my cheeks, and then just blemishes on my face. So I have to make sure I use kind of a hydrating primer. Anything I use needs to be hydrating. It doesn't matter what time of the year it is, my face is just dry. Alrighty, so today what I'm going to do is, this isn't something I haven't done, but just trying to find a mix of a foundation that I like that will work with my skin right now. NARS is kind of what I like to use in the summer, and then in the winter I like to use my YSL foundation. It kind of helps. It's very hydrating, and I don't have like a lot of flakes come through and things like that. But today what I'm doing is my Fenty foundation, the hydrating one, and I'm mixing it with my NARS, which I think is kind of hydrating in a way. It's not like super matte. Why I'm mixing it is because I don't like to wear the Fenty by itself, just because it's so yellow. Is it coming across to you guys like that? But it's so yellow, and I'm okay with some yellow, but this is just kind of too yellow for me. And I'm trying to make this video really quick because I attempted it a few minutes ago and my camera got full, so I went through and deleted a bunch of pictures and videos that I had. So hopefully I can get through it, but it's not gonna be a long video at all. Alright. And also what I forgot that I like to do is I have this Milani Conceal and Perfect all-in-one corrector palette, if you can see it. And I like to use the peach that's in it, and I like to go in just over top of my lip to kind of just conceal this mustache a little bit. And I just use my finger because it warms it up and just kind of melds in a little bit better, I think. Alright, can you guys see the difference in that? And I'll take it up a little bit, doesn't matter. So how are you guys been doing? Things are definitely a little different, huh? Alright, and then I'm just going to blend in my foundation with this It Cosmetics brush. So I will say, just dealing with all the quarantine stuff, for those of you that don't know, I'm an RN, and just right before all this stuff kind of broke loose and really got started with like the social distancing and staying at home and a lot of the businesses closing and things like that, I was a bedside nurse working in labor and delivery, and I started a new position on the 2nd of March that took me away from bedside nursing and allowed me to go into an office, which then led to me being able to work from home currently. Don't know how long I'll be at home, but grateful for that. Definitely grateful to be in a position where I'm not exposed to patients and potential COVID positive people. It allows me to have a little bit more control over where I go, and but I was telling a coworker of mine that I was still like experiencing some guilt, just because a lot of my friends are still in bedside nursing, and just praying for them daily, thinking about them, and just hoping that they're able to stay safe. They have all the PPEs, things that they need to do their job properly and be able to go home to their families and feel like they've protected themselves during their shift. So constantly praying for them, and not just the healthcare workers, the grocery store workers, the gas attendants, anybody. You know, my husband's a truck driver, so definitely praying for those guys as they travel over the road and come in contact with different customers and things like that. With all the shutdowns and things, a lot of the places that they normally would stop or try to get something to eat, or so that things have changed, and it's been a little bit harder for especially over the road drivers to have the things they need while they're out there traveling and going to the grocery stores and providing us with the things that they need, that we need. So praying for everybody that's considered essential. If you're not essential and you're at home, praying for you too, because it's a big difference. It's a change, and it's a lot that we all are having to deal with and go through. All right, so what I just did was I just done some contouring with a Wet n Wild contour stick, cream contour stick that I like. I'm just gonna blend that all in. Next, I'm gonna do my brows, and I just use a Maybelline Precise Brow pencil. That's the one I use. Just brush them up, and they need to be trimmed a little bit, but that's okay. My eyebrows are all over the place normally. Sometimes I can catch it all, sometimes I can't. And I don't go back and conceal around my eyebrows. I just kind of fill them in. They're pretty thick on their own, but there's still areas that need to be filled in. And for those of you that have kids, how has it been for you now having to do some homeschooling or explain some of the work to your kids? I know that's got to be a little bit difficult. My niece Cheyenne is here. She's actually behind the camera making sure that I don't run out of space on my card. But how's that been for y'all? I hope it's been doable and not so much of a challenge. Maybe some of y'all will decide to homeschool after all of this, you know? It's definitely an option. So I feel like they've changed something with this pen. I know they've changed this pencil. They've changed the outside of the pencil a little bit. So I don't know if it's just the outside, but sometimes I feel like, because I've used this for a long time, but I feel like the formula is a little different. It actually comes off a little bit more dusty than what I like. So I might have to look for another eyebrow pencil. We still good, Cheyenne? Mm-hmm. And also the police officers. I forgot to mention that. I'm praying for them too, because they're having to deal with a lot as well. All right, so that's basically all I do for my everyday brow. I just pencil it in a little bit. All right, so next I'm just going to go in with some powder. I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty under my eyes, just because it's a banana powder. It's kind of like a lighter powder. So I'll just brighten it up a little bit. And then all over my skin, I'll go in with the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. I like this powder, y'all. And 15. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. It might surprise you, because it definitely surprised me. And I also like to use like the Laura Mercier translucent powder. But I find that even with that, I still will pick up the Maybelline Fit Me powder as well. So I don't know, I just like it. I like the tone that it gives me. And so I just kind of go under my eyes with the Fenty and down the center of my face. And this is just an e.l.f. sponge that I'm using. Okay. And then with the remaining of my face, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me. So the eyeshadow that I normally do every day is just a real simple eyeshadow. Sometimes I'll use just bronzer. I love this palette right here. This is probably one of my favorite palettes that I've ever purchased, and it's dirty, excuse me, but you'll see, excuse my cracked one, but I like to use this color. Can you see it? I've definitely hit pan on that. So I'll do this color all over the lid, and it's called Peach Tea. And I just go in and I'll just kind of go all over the lid with it. At least the top part of my crease anyways. And literally I dust it all over my lid. And then right beside that color is a color called Peach Cobbler, which is the color that Cheyenne wanted me to use, but I use it anyways. And I'll go in just in my crease with just not as fluffy of a brush. This is just a MAC brush. So, alright, and I'll just go in here. And then just for the inner part of my lid, sometimes, not always, I'll go in with like just a lighter color and just brighten it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything. This is from the Huda Beauty, another one of my favorites. So I just grabbed my favorite palettes today to just kind of do what I like to do. All right, and I just take like the light white color in that palette, and I just kind of hit the inside of my eye a little bit, just to kind of brighten that up. Alright, and I'm just going to try to clean that up a little bit. And then also another favorite palette of mine, and I'm using the same one that I use to kind of brighten the inside of my eye, is this Perceptions palette, and it's Makeup Shayla. And my palettes are very well used, so you can definitely tell. I take this first color, it's Unbothered. It's kind of like a highlight shimmer color right, nope, other side, right here. And I just hit just the right underneath my brow, just right under there, just to kind of clean that up a little bit. I don't know if you guys can you see the difference in the two? And it's just a little bit. I don't do a whole lot. Like I said, this is just what I do when I go to work. Just enough to kind of have that. Okay. Maybe hit it here at the high point of my brow. Okay, so next we have blush. And in one of my palettes, I had an old palette that I had got from like Marshall's, I can't remember, but it was just this palette right here, and it was cracked and it looked rough, and I was able to find it brand new at Marshall's before everything shut down, all before the Corona stuff. Haven't been to Marshall's, and I just really like to use this trio of 4 colors right here, and I just mix them all up, tap it off, smile. And sometimes I can be a little intense with my blush, so I'll fix it. Don't worry, I won't leave it like that. And I like to hit my nose, my forehead, and my chin. That's what I like to do with my blush. Alright, and then with the same big fluffy brush that I put the powder on everywhere, I just go over my cheeks. Alright, now I'm just going to finish off the under eye, and I'm just going to use the 2 colors that I use in my crease and then the outer part of my eyelid. And I'm just going to go under my lower lid. think spring was canceled, in case y'all didn't get the memo. No, I'm kidding. Spring is not canceled. All right. So, and I see that I don't have a mascara here. Before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with some setting spray. All right. And Cheyenne is here, in case I didn't tell y'all. She's messing with me right now. All right. So we're just going to let that dry. And when that's drying, let me figure out what I want to do with my lips. So I'm just going to use one of my palettes. I'm just going to speed up my face drying time. Alright. So the bronzer that I'm using is the Marc Jacobs bronzer. The Tantastic, I think, is the color that I have, 104. Yep. And this is just another e.l.f. brush as well. I will not be tagging products below. So if you have a question about something I use, just put it in the comments and I'll try to answer you back. Alright, and then sometimes I'll dust my nose as well. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the mascara, and let's see how this does. It's not one that I use, like I said, but we'll see. Oh. Not bad at all. I don't do lashes when I go to work, because I don't. What y'all think? This is it right here. Yep. Alright. And I really just don't want to do anything for my lips, but if for some reason I felt like I wanted to do something with my lips, I'm just going to wipe off this chapstick a little bit. I would do something like a brown liner, and I just have like just a little dollar liner. And I would just hit my lips. Yeah, this one will work. So this is a ColourPop one. Color is just called Quickie. And I would just put that maybe in the middle. All right. So for the most part, this is it. Sometimes I might go back in and just kind of smooth everything in with my sponge, but for the most part, this would be what I would do. And if it was anything else that I would do, I would maybe just add some lip gloss. Yep. There you have it. That is my everyday routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really just wanted to get on here and just kind of touch base with everybody. I've been missing seeing some faces, and I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so this is the complete look. Just really simple look, quick, easy, everyday look that I do when I go to work. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I miss you guys, and I hope that you're doing well. I just want to say thank you to my extra hand over here. Stick your hand in the view. That's my niece, my baby niece, Cheyenne. She won't get on the screen. I haven't got permission from my mom, but hopefully we'll do a video together soon, a little mukbang. If not, maybe just a little chatting video. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.